What it is good for? Absolutely nothing. Good God, you all.
It ain't you all, it's y'all.
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 Man, you sound like a karate movie. Y'all.
Yo.
Say it from right here with some soul. Y'all.
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 Do you have a friend from a different culture? Do they sometimes say things or do things differently? Well, join us in our latest Cinephile episode to find out what happens when two cops from completely different cultures come together. And be sure to visit our Fun Day website for more. Hello everyone, I'm Wade, your Cinephile host. Rush Hour is a 1998 American buddy action comedy film starring Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker as mismatched police officers who are assigned to rescue a Chinese diplomat's abducted daughter. On the last day of British rule of Hong Kong in 1997, Detective Inspector Lee of the Hong Kong Police Force leads a raid at the wharf, hoping to arrest the unidentified, anonymous crime lord Jun Tao. He finds only San, Jun Tao's right-hand man, who escapes in a boat. Lee recovers numerous Chinese cultural treasures stolen by Jun Tao, which he presents as a farewell victory gift to his departing superiors, Chinese Consul Solon Han and British Commander Thomas Griffin.
Commander Griffin, I am pleased to be able to leave you and Hong Kong with a special gift tonight. Earlier this evening, Detective Inspector Lee and his special task force have once and for all crushed the Jintao criminal organization and reclaimed artifacts from 5,000 years of China's heritage.
Shortly after Han takes up his new diplomatic post in LA, his daughter, Su Yang, is kidnapped by Sang. He calls Lee to assist in the case. But the FBI, afraid Lee's involvement could cause an international incident, pawns him off on the LAPD. Detective James Carter is tricked into babysitting Lee as punishment for botching a sting operation. Carter begrudgingly meets Lee at the airport for the first time.
Please tell me you speak English. I'm Detective Carter. Do you speak any English? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Carter takes Lee to Chinatown to sightsee, keeping him away from the embassy while he contacts informants about the kidnapping. Soon, Lee decides to find his own way to the Chinese consulate. But Carter chases him down and learns that Lee actually speaks English.
You full of shit. You understand that? You full of shit.
Not being able to speak is not the same as not speaking. You seem as if you like to talk. I like to let people talk who like to talk. It makes it easier to find out how full of shit they are.
What the hell did you just say?
Carter cuffs Lee to his steering wheel in order to go buy some food in a store. But by the time he got out, Lee was gone, taking the steering wheel with him and made it to the consulate, where they mistake him for an enemy. But Lee fights off the FBI and maneuvers his way to Consul Han. Carter, with his car, is towed back to the embassy. While arguing with Special Agent in charge, Carter unwittingly answers the phone and negotiates with Sang, arranging a 50 million ransom drop. The FBI traces the call to a warehouse and immediately send in a team of agents. All of a sudden, a plastic bomb goes off, killing the agents inside. Lee spots Sang, the culprit, leaving the crime scene and gives chase, followed by Carter, but Sang got away. However, he dropped a detonator that they took to Carter's colleague, LAPD bomb expert Tina Johnson.
Got you in trouble. Look, tell me something about this I don't know, okay? Come on.
It's a remote. Could be nitrocal, could be cross delay. Definitely not homemade, definitely not American. I mean, it could open up a garage door or blow up some C4.
C4?
Yeah, C4.
This means so much to me.
Go.
Carter traces it to Clive, a man he had previously arrested. Clive refuses to talk at first, but Lee appeals to his humanity and gets him to revealing a name. Clive tells them of Juntao and directs them to a restaurant in Chinatown. Carter goes into the restaurant first and sees a surveillance video of Juntao taking Su Yang into a van. Lee arrives just in time and saves Carter from Juntao's syndicate. They fight off the gang members together, but they are eventually taken off the case as the FBI blames them for the botched ransom drop, with Lee sent back to Hong Kong. But Carter refuses to give up. He appeals to Johnson for assistance and sneaks on board Lee's plane, persuading him to help stop Juntao.
What are you doing here?
Come on, Lee, now get your ass up now. We got work to do.
Go away. I've disgraced myself.
Lee, what about the little girl? What about...
Leave me alone. A man like you could never understand.
A man like me?
You are devoted only to yourself. You're ashamed of being a police officer. You dishonor your father's name.
Look, you don't know nothing about my father.
You say your father is a legend.
My father was a legend. My father was killed making a routine traffic stop in broad daylight by some punk who didn't want no ticket. When his partner supposed to get out the car and backed him up, but never did. My father was just as much devoted as you. And now he's dead. And for what? A traffic ticket and some punk? You tell me what's the honor in that?
You believe your father wasted his life, that he died for nothing?
You proved me wrong.
At the opening of a Chinese art exhibition at the Los Angeles Convention Center, overseen by Han and Griffin, the now 70 million ransom is delivered, and Carter, Lee, and Johnson enter disguised as guests. Carter orders the guests to evacuate for safety, angering the FBI, but Lee catches Griffin accepting a remote for the detonator from Sang. Lee and Johnson realize Griffin is Juntao when Carter recognizes him from the Chinatown surveillance tape. Griffin threatens to detonate a bomb vest attached to Su Yang and demands that the ransom be paid in full, as compensation for the priceless Chinese artifacts he preserved from Lee's raid. Carter sneaks out, locates Su Yang in the van, and drives it into the building within range of Griffin, preventing him from setting off the vest.
No! It's okay. She's professional. We must take the vest off.
Yes, just give me a second. Just give me a second. There's a trigger on this vest. It'll blow if I take it off.
Johnson gets the vest off Su Yang, while Griffin heads to the roof with a bag of money. Lee takes the vest and pursues him, while Carter shoots Sang dead in a gunfight. Lee has a brief altercation with Griffin that culminates in their dangling from the rafters. Griffin holds onto the vest but falls to his death when the vest is torn. Lee then yells out to Carter for help.
Do something! I can't hold on anymore! Thank you.
Man, what the hell you doing?
I just being polite.
Well, next time be polite to my nuts.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Han and Su Yang are reunited, and Han sends Carter and Lee on vacation to Hong Kong as a reward. Before Carter leaves, FBI agents offer him a position in the FBI, which he mockingly refuses. Carter boards the plane with Lee, who tells him it's a 15-hour plane ride, and begins annoyingly singing Edwin Starr's War. So we see two people from completely different worlds with a united goal can work well together. Perhaps even better in some sense than having two people that are completely alike, because each person brings a unique perspective and strength to their partnership, just as we've seen with Carter and Lee. 接下来Ruby 要揭晓今天电影迷尖峰时刻 Rush Hour 要教我们些什么。Hey Ruby, do you think that you would work well with someone that has nothing in common with you?
If the person is open to communication, I think it'll work.
What about someone who's from a totally different culture?
You mean like Carter and Lee? 就碰到说不少火花.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, even though it might be harder if we take the time to communicate and understand each other, 我们就可以互相学习.
Yes, I agree 100%. Like how Carter taught Lee to say y'all instead of you all.
Yeah, from different language use to mindsets, even one's punctuality, all can be so different.
Punctuality 准时，这不是公认的美德吗？
Well, in France, being punctual can actually be considered as rude. Isn't that interesting?
Wait, you're expected to be late?
Yeah, fashionably late.
Oh, so you must be from France.
Hey!
Well, I'm Wade.
I'm Ruby.
I hope you've learned something useful in this episode of Cinephile as I did. You can find more on the Fun Day website.
Let's make every day a fun day.
Your daddy was a policeman?
15 years LAPD.
My father was also a policeman.
Your daddy was a cop?
Not a cop, an officer, a legend, all over Hong Kong.
My daddy a legend too, all over America.